Hey guys, today we're going to talk about security and privacy. So if we touch on security, your computer has a few built-in security things. You have a firewall that is built in, and this firewall stops any hackers or potential attacks on your computer. It's not 100%. If a hacker wants to get in, they will break through it, but you do get a free one with Windows 10. And we will talk about your antivirus. And so this stops any viruses or malicious spyware or anything like that come through, and that's another free one that comes with Windows 10 as well. So just before we get into that, if you guys haven't already, if you can click the subscribe button, it'll help out the channel a lot, and it will let me know that you guys are interested in the content that I am making. Alright, let's get into the video. So to make sure that they're turned on, we go down to the search bar and we type in security, and you'll see it says Windows Security. So we go open, and in the left hand side you'll see viruses and threat protection. So if we click on that, what you'll see here is it says protection for your devices, and it'll say no current threats, and it'll say your last scan. Now if this is not recent, click this button here that says quick scan. So if this is like weeks old, definitely do a scan. If it's only a day old, don't worry about it, it's doing it by itself. But if it's a couple of weeks old, it means either that you haven't had your computer on, or your virus protection hasn't been doing an automatic scan, and that can sometimes be from an actual virus on your computer. It can stop the scanning, so you want to be able to make sure that you do a quick scan to make sure that there's no threats on your computer at all. In this page as well, you can see that there is quite a few things that we can look at. The virus and threat protection settings, it said no action needed. If there is something that it has found and it needs your attention, it will be in this action bar here, and it'll say, hey, we found a virus, what would you like to do with it? You can either remove it, or you can quarantine it, or you can allow it. Now, why would you want to allow it? Some programs that you run, let's say for example Google Chrome, you might find that it pops up and it stops it and it blocks it. Now sometimes that's a good thing because it is checking all the software that is run, all the programs that are run in the background, but sometimes you know that that program is perfectly fine, so you will say allow, and you'll be able to allow it through. Now that's not 100% of the time, but this is where you would find out how you would allow it through. It would pop up here and give you that option. It also gives you the option of your virus protection updates. So it says, hey, the last update was on the 24th of the 9th, and you can see that it is the 24th of the 9th. So it basically did an update while I was sitting here recording this. And it also has ransomware protection, so no action needed here, but it would pop up any notifications of if there was anything that you guys needed to look at. Now the next screen is your firewall, and we need to make sure that that is turned on. So if we click on the firewall down in the left hand side, you can see that domain network, private network, and public network are all turned on. Now if it says off, there'll be an option next to it to turn it on again. Most of the time the firewall will automatically turn back on once you restart your computer, but if it is turned off, sometimes that can be a virus as well, and that's when we go back into virus and threat protection and we say scan. Now under your virus and threat protection, you have a few options that you can play around with. Now these are not going to hurt your computer in any way, so by all means give it a go. You have your quick scan option, so this basically, as soon as you click that, it starts to scan. You don't have to do anything about it, it's pretty self-explanatory. It'll quick scan your computer and find any viruses if there is any on your computer. Now the one underneath that is scan options. Now if we click on that, it gives you a couple of options. Now quick scan will basically do your common folders, let's say documents, pictures, downloads, you know, those three common folders that it knows that threats might be there. Let's say that there is a virus hiding in a folder called Games on your computer. This is when you would want to do a full scan. It will check the whole hard drive of your computer for viruses. So we would just click full scan and we'd say scan now. Now the other option is custom scan, which means it will scan a specific folder that you tell it to. So if you know that there is a program that's a little bit dodgy and you want to scan it, you can click on it here and select that folder and then click scan, and it'll just scan that folder. Very quick, very easy, but most of the time you'll be using the top two, which is quick scan and full scan. Now Microsoft Defender offline scan, this is in an emergency one. This is if you can't find the virus or remove it with these two options. Click on Microsoft Defender offline scan. This will restart your computer, which will then run a scan and it will remove any viruses. Now why it does this is sometimes viruses are tied up and the computer can't delete that virus because another program is trying to use the file that that virus is attached to. By restarting your computer, it gets rid of all the information that that virus is attached to, and then it's able to delete it. So basically clearing it out while it's not attached to anything. So really good if it's one of the if one of the full scans or quick scans doesn't work, then try the offline scan. And that's it. This is where you check your virus and threat protection, scanning options, and firewall settings in Windows 10.